Driven by Bowerston, Ohio driver Mike Stuber on the outside, driving car number 18. Longtime competitor over the last 5-10 years in compact competition, Clayton Oliver. Row number 3, you see the 57 of Blaze Bacon on the inside lane. On the outside, driving the number 64 car. Inside lane picked up a heat race win just one night ago. That's Rich Dunlap in car 36. Don Rufner III driving the 007 on the outside. Going to the inside of the next row, the number 67 of Dylan Napier. And on the outside of Napier, Eric Johnson on the outside lane. Getting ready. Race fans, this time by will be the Wave Lab. Race fans, get up on your feet, wave the drivers off. Field of Bucky Mowing Compacts. Getting ready for a 25-lap feature to begin the Midvale Speedway Fall Classic. Caution lights are out. We're getting ready for 25 laps of action. 24 cars. Feature racing ready to go at Midvale Speedway. Turn number 4 where Rufner will bring the field to green on the pole position. Kalp on the outside. We are underway at Midvale Speedway. Clean through turn number 1. Looking good off of turn number 2. 3 wide for the lead. Here comes the 44 of Stuber to the bottom lane. Rufner closes the door. 1 lap down at the line. It is Don Rufner Jr. leading the way. 2 by 2 by 2 back through the field with Rufner leading. Now the battle is for second. Stuber trying to take it away from Kalp. Wheel to wheel heading into turn number 3. In the 4 spot is the 18 car, Clayton Oliver. Side by side for second. Now Kalp bowling forward in the 45 in the second groove. Great action in the top 10 cars in the first feature of the afternoon. Rufner holding a pretty wheel at the front of the field, not opening the bottom lane. Clayton Oliver in the 18, he was thinking about making it 3 wide for second. He backed out of it though. Still running the outside. The 64 of Zach Myers. Myers following the 45 of Kalp. Good clean action all the way back through the field. Outstanding field of Bucky Mowing Compacts. Rufner leads. Stuber side by side with Kalp for second. He's just looking for an opening. Maybe a little quicker than Rufner, but nowhere to go. 18 of Clayton Oliver on the inside. Myers and the 64 on the outside. Definitely a little more power for the cars behind Rufner, but he's been able to protect that bottom line. Nowhere to go for the cars behind him. His son, Don Rufner III, in the 007 moving up in the outside lane. There was a little bit of contact back behind him. Blaze Bacon in the 57. Richie Dunlap in the 36 had a little bit of contact heading into 1. Dunlap will now go to the outside lane. What a race at the front of the pack. Here we go. Looking to make it 3 wide was Myers. He checked up going into the 3rd corner. Kalp able to hang on to second for the time being at least. If he keeps opening up that middle lane, 64 car of Myers might just stick it in there and give it a try. He pushes up though. That opens up the middle lane for Rufner. He checks up, but up front, look at Kalp working forward. Oh, Rufner up the track a little bit as he drove it hard into turn number 3. At the line that time, Rufner by inches, but then Kalp pulls forward. Great battle, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th at the front of the pack. Eric Johnson there, looking to pick a lane. Dunlap now in the 36 has closed the gap. He has a fast race car this afternoon. New leader at the conclusion of lap number 10, Timmy Kalp. Here comes Myers. Outside lane moving forward. In fact, look at Rich Dunlap. He goes to the outside, found about 3 wide on the top lane in the 36 car. It's a good one for the Bucky Mowing Compacts at Midvale Speedway. Myers moves into second. Here comes Don Rufner III, overtaking his dad for the spot. Don Rufner III, the champion of the Bucky Mowing Compact Division here at the Speedway this year. Coming up this time, Terry Coletti will show him the cross flags. Going to be halfway. 13 laps in, 12 laps to go, halfway mark of the first feature of our afternoon at the Fall Classic. Kalp leads the way, Myers second, Rufner third, Dunlap is fourth, and he's on the move to the front of the field. Don Rufner Jr. running in the fifth spot. Stuber running sixth, Clayton Oliver 3 wide going into the corner. Rufner in the middle, tries to close the door. He goes up the banking. He's going to try to come back to the bottom, turns left on Stuber, nowhere to go for the 44. Don Rufner Jr. really protecting that inside lane. 4 cars at the front of the field battle. Oliver running 5th. 47 of Johnson running in 6th. Kalp leading, but he opens up the inside lane. Here comes Myers. A mistake made by Kalp coming off of turn 2. 3 wide for the lead. Contact. Up the track goes Rufner. Able to save it in turn 4. Hand out the window for Rufner. Car seems to be okay. Rich Dunlap has moved up to the second spot. Dunlap a winner last night in heat race action, and all of a sudden he might be the favorite to win this thing. Richie Dunlap. Dunlap running in the second spot. Closes the gap on the 64 of Myers. Just needs an opening. He's a little bit quicker. Myers takes the lower entry into the turn. Dunlap's going to try to cut across to the bottom. The opening is there, but yellow is out. Caution is out on the racetrack. Dirt all over turn number 4. Can Dunlap do it in the outside lane? Will Myers have the advantage on the inside? Will Don Rufner III, the champion, go to the inside? He will. Battle for the lead heading into turn 1. Rufner is there, checks up going into the corner. Clean racing through turns 1 and 2. Good power shown for the 64, but look at Dunlap drive it into turn number 3. Sticks to the outside lane, coming to the stripe this time. Lap 19 complete. The leader, man, too close to call. Transponder scoring says it's Dunlap. Oh, he gets taken up the banking by the 64 car of Myers. Dunlap shuffled out of the top 5, but that's going to hurt Myers now as he's caught in the second groove. Rich Dunlap possibly was on his way to a victory, and he got shuffled up into the third lane by Myers in the 64. Rufner takes the lead. Into the second spot, Eric Johnson. Third now is Myers. Running 4th is Salinger. Kalp on the outside lane. Dunlap trying to get his way back to the front. He's already worked from deep in the field to get up there, but now he's running out of time. This time around, going to be 3 laps to go. 22 complete at the line this time. 3 to go for Don Rufner III. Side by side, just outside the top 5. Oliver in the 18, Dunlap in the 36, going at it. Oh, nearly trouble on the backstretch. That number 3 car. And there is some debris heading down the backstretch as well onto the racetrack, and that will bring out the yellow flag. So yellow is out for the 3. 3 car coming to a stop on the inside. Coming to green. Turn number 4 for the restart. 3 laps to go in the Bucky Mowing Compacts. We are underway. Into turn number 1, looking good. Way sideways with the 52 of Salinger. He's going to slip back now as Oliver makes a run to the inside. He's going to pick up that 4 spot. Kalp has the opening. Side by side still for the lead. 2 laps to go. Final 2 laps for Don Rufner III of Uricksville in the 007. He leads. We'll see if the 47, looks like Johnson's going to stay out there and keep challenging in the outside lane instead of maybe trying the bottom. 1 to go for Rufner. Now he does go to the bottom. Right there on the rear of Rufner with some contact back for about 5th and 6th. Coming to the checkered flag. Off of turn 4. Johnson looks. He's not going to get there, and Don Rufner, the third, wins. Johnson second. Myers third. Oliver fourth. 5th spot to Salinger. A pretty clean race overall. Just a caution or two slowing the pace.
Son, he led the first number of laps. Didn't quite have the car to hang on today. These guys were fast behind him. The racing was exciting, and there's your winner, Don Rufner the third. A little bow from Don. Congratulations. Let's face the camera and the crowd over here, Don. What a crazy race. The first 15 laps was exciting in the top 10 spots. 2 wide, 3 wide. You were on your way to the front, and all of a sudden you got some contact. That pushed you back. At that point, did you think, well, there went my chance?
No, I mean, I wasn't happy about that, but I was there and got contact. I'm like, okay, we just got to go back and pass him again, so.
And then the next time, the contact between first and second actually opened up the inside lane for you, so you benefited from it.
Yeah, that saved me a little bit right there.
You have some people you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank my wife, my daughter, my mom, dad, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law. Jesse Place came on for a sponsor for this weekend. People's Racing, B-Dupes Photography, Zippy's Auto Repair, Stat Built Cages.
I think that's it. Let's hear it again. Your winner, first one of the day for Don Rufner the third.
Joe Fuchs, George Riddle in row 1, Bob Schneider Jr., Greg Forcht in row 2, row 3, the 48 of Ritter, and the 1 car of Jesse Adams, Rich Rohr in the 65, Steve Needles in the 18, coming to green 50 laps, the distance. Who will be in Knack Tuning victory lane? Into turn 1, down the backstretch, out of 2. Battle for the lead between Fuchs and Riddle. Fuchs pulling forward, inside lane. The place to be here on the hot Sunday afternoon of the Fall Classic. Riddle side by side with the 17 car of Schneider for second. Ritter makes some contact. Rohr makes some contact. Grubbs makes some contact. Chain reaction taking place down in the 4th corner. Debris in turn number 1. The yellow flag for debris in turn number 1. We'll have our first slowdown. You see Fuchs and Schneider to bring him to green in turn number 4 this time. 2 completed, 48 laps to go. For the McIntosh Oil Company late models back underway at the Fall Classic. The better restart. However, Fuchs gets through turns 1 and 2 very well. As they race down the backstretch, Fuchs closes the door on Schneider. He drives up the track, tries to get back beside him, and he's going to be able to hang on to the 2nd position. Joe Fuchs out front. Schneider second. That outside lane a little bit greasy on this warm day. They did put some track. Uh-oh, look out. Riddle goes around it in the 0 car, spins it down in turn number 3. Brings out the yellow. Green flag, back underway for the McIntosh Oil Company late models. Caution flag, you start from the 2 this time as they go down the back stretch. Turn 4 at the line is where they will restart. Coming back to green, 3 laps completed. A lot of tire smoke off that 7 of Forcht. Could be in some trouble. Inside lane, moving forward. Inside lane, the place to be is Joe Fuchs. Trouble behind him. Trouble behind him. Yellow flag is out. 7 laps from the finish. Trying to get some laps in early on to the McIntosh Oil Company late model division feature underway. Spinning the tires with the 77 car of Fuchs. So Fuchs spinning the tires. That opens the inside lane for Needles. Needles goes 3 wide down the backstretch. That puts Adams way up in the 3rd lane. Contact there. Adams able to save it. Now caught in the outside groove. The 77 of Fuchs. Fuchs was doing a nice job on restarts, but spinning the tires cost him a chance to. Oh, and around goes Fuchs. Trouble. Big time trouble down in turn number 4, and Grubbs piles in. In the tail of the field. And they did do a pretty good job of fixing the rear of the car as the green is out. Back underway. So a failed start at the front of the goals. Adams and Grubbs in row 2. Warner's up to the 5th spot in the 52. Green is back out. Needles takes the lead. Schneider back to 2nd. It's Jesse Adams in the 3rd position. Grubbs running in the 4th spot. Warner completing the top 5. Trouble on the backstretch. Around goes the 25 of Grubbs. Grubbs is spun on the backstretch. Fuchs is pulled to the infield. The yellow is... Look, we're only 5 laps in, and Riddle's already rallied back into the top 5. Ritter back up to the 6th spot. Coming to green this time. 45 to go. Needles. Oh, Schneider around. Schneider around in the corner. Look out. Rohr piles into the 17 car. Schneider jams the brakes. Nowhere to go in that 2nd turn. Yellow flop to 4th. Ritter from the back of the pack up to 5th. AP Wren runs 6th. Coming to green. 45 laps remain. Here's Riddle in the 0, trying to take the 3rd spot on the outside of Warner as they race to turn 3. Warner, the preferred lane, hugging the bottom through 3 and 4. Riddle's going to take it away. We'll close the door down in turn 1. Warner in 4th. Now it's Jonathan Ritter in the 48 car looking to the high lane. Ritter trying to continue his run back to the front. Warner gives him plenty of room on the front stretch, and Jonathan Ritter, the Weirton, West Virginia driver, up into the 4th position. Field starting to separate a little bit now. That will help get some green flag laps in. Greg Forch, another driver who restarted from the back a while ago. Rallying through the field, and Greg Forch in the 7 car, racing with Warner. Warner picking up the pace a little bit now as well, making it a little tougher for the 7 of Forch to get by. Jesse Adams, Tony Uridiles, and then a battle deep in the field between Kid Rocket, Brock Bircher, and the 4 of Corey Herron. Needles, the 18, way out front. Needles in the 13.9s and the 14.0s, very consistent, much like his practice times from a day ago and earlier today. Greg Forch again to the outside of the 52 of Warner. That's the first battle that we have on the track. It is for 5th. 5th position up for grabs. Another battle. Jesse Adams goes to the outside, and he'll take the 8th spot away from Neil Rowley. Traffic coming up. Lap traffic coming up for the 18 car of Needles. The 169 of DeVore moves to the high side. DeVore, one of the animal racing cars, moves over. Lets Needles get by to the inside. The 4 of Herron going to be the next one to move over. There's a good run for Forge in the 7 to the outside of Warner, side by side for the 5th position on the front stretch. And Forge is able to get by, moves into the 5th spot. Needles leading the way. The lead is nearly a straightaway now over Schneider. Riddle, Ritter, Forge, and Warner, who runs in the 6th spot. 7th is A.P. Wren, 8th Jesse Adams, 9th Neil Rowley, and 10th Tony Uredile. One of the next battles on the track is going to be between Jonathan Ritter and the 0 of Riddle, and Riddle will save it over in turn 2. He washed up the track, and Ritter is able to make it by. That was for the 3rd position, so move Jonathan Ritter, the West Virginia driver, up to 3rd. Riddle drops to 4th. Greg Forcht is there. He's going to be next to challenge the 0 of Riddle. 20 laps in, 30 to go. Good green flag run. Needles leading the way. Needles was worked by the 88 car of Uredile. Now, look out, a little tight on the front stretch is the 69 of Neil Rowley. And he come very close to making contact on the front stretch. McIntosh Oil Company late model. Closing on the halfway mark. 22 laps down that time, 28 laps to go. For Needles, it's a walk in the park right now. Needles in the 18 car, leading by nearly a straightaway over the 17 of Schneider. And Schneider all by himself there for the position, and actually came real close to closing the door a little too early on the 88 car of Uredile's. Could have been a bit sketchy. A.P. Wren, the 57, is pulled off the track. A.P. Wren retires from the event in the 57 car. He was running in 7th place. We are halfway. 25 laps in, 25 laps to go. The halfway mark has been completed for Steve Needles, the Michigander driver. Schneider runs 2nd. 3rd spot, the 48 of Ritter. 4th, the 0 of Riddle. 5th is Forcht in the 7th. 6th, the 52 of Warner. Jesse Adams starting to close on Warner. They're the last 2 drivers on the lead lap. The 52 of Warner and the 1 car of Adams, as the 18 of Needles has clear track ahead. Number of drivers have retired due to attrition. Not to be confused with nutrition. Needles cruising out front. Not overdriving the car in case later in this race there is a late race yellow, turning 14 1s and 2s now, past the halfway mark. The open modified feature lining up in the pit. That's the next event to go. 32 down, 18 to go. Greg Forcht running in 5th, looking for 4th. Has George Riddle right in front of him. Riddle making it a little more difficult for Forcht than he did for the 48 car of Ritter when he slipped up the banking in turn number 2. Battle for position on the front stretch. Adams gets to the inside of Warner. That is for 6th spot, and Jesse Adams moves up to 6th. Warner back to 7th. Last 2 cars on the lead lap. Needles is there. Needles will go to the inside. 52 of Warner will give Needles some room on the front stretch. Jesse Adams does not want to go a lap down, but he'll have his work cut out for him as Needles is closing quickly. 15 to go, 14 to go now this time for Steve Needles. .169 is pulled pit side. Bobby DeVore into the pits. Needles following the one of Adams. Adams moves over. Needles looks to the inside. Adams running in 6th. Last car on the lead lap. And Steve Needles putting Adams a lap down. So Jesse Adams now. First car 1 lap down. Greg Forch nearly spun over in turn 2. Kept going. Loses a lot of ground. Trouble in turn 4. Yellow in turn 4. One of the animal racing rides has gone around, and that will back up to speed. Forged, still 5th. Leading the way, the 18 of Needles. And he does start to pull away from Schneider. Ritter. Riddle. The top 4. Running 5th, the 7 car. The 1 is 1 lap down. That's Jesse Adams. Needles up to nearly a half straightaway advantage, less than 10 to go. That was 9 to go that time. Back in the field watching Greg Forch try to hang on to the 7. That setup, that handle has gone away. All he has to do is cruise though, because he's the last car on the lead lap in 5th. The 2 cars behind him are 1 lap down. They don't mean anything to him for position, but they are racing with one another. Warner gets to the inside. Good move by the 52 to fill the opening, and that's going to help him in his battle with the 88 car of Uradile. Forch cruising, going to stay out. Just try to get to the end. 6 to go. Should be able to hang on to a top 5. 5 laps to go this time. 45 laps will be completed for the 18 of Steve Needles, who does build up the lead, much like he had before the yellow. Turning 14 O's, 13 8s, 13 9s, a rocket ship at the front of the field. In the 2nd spot, Ritter running in 3rd, Riddle running in 4th. Two to go this time. 48 laps completed for Needles in the 18. Coming to the white. 1 to go. As the white flag is out, problems for Riddle momentarily in the 0. Checkered flag out of turn number 4, claiming the victory is going to be the 18 car of Needles. Wins the Midvale Speedway Fall Classic. Ritter's 2nd spot. 3rd for Schneider. 4th to Riddle, and 5th to Greg Forch, hanging on to that number 7 at the end. Up our front row. Coming to green, turn number 4, Lewis McGrath. 40 laps for the open modifieds. At Midvale Speedway, we are underway. Good start down in turn 4, but deep in the field, the 32 of Whitnall goes around. Trouble toward the back, and yellow is out. 40 laps, open modifieds to the green. Look out, back in the field. Mowry goes up the track. It was Archer right there behind him. I think Mowry locked up the tires, slid up the track, and lost 2 or 3 spots. Battle for the lead. Braden Swaney has it at the line. We're going to get this first lap in. Oh, Bryce Allensworth's going to spin it out. Down in turn number 2, Allensworth goes around and brings the yellow with 1 lap in. Of Todd Ripley. For the restart, 39 laps from the checkered flag. We're back underway. Good restart at the front of the field. Swaney side by side off of the 2nd corner. Good run from McGrath on the outside. Plenty of power in that 66 car. As we're 2 by 2 all the way through the field. Swaney leads lap 2. Way sideways was the 86, and a good save for Zach Miller. Kept on going. Lewis on the bottom. Michael Stone looking to the outside. It's Ripley looking to the inside. Stone restarted in the outside. Brewer opens up the inside. 3 wide on the backstretch. Here comes the 21 car of John Saluka. The door closes there. Still a battle for the lead. Braden Sweeney still has it. Furious action in the open modifieds. Where do we look for the next battle? They're all the way through the field. Sweeney now pulling ahead. McGrath will drop in line at the front of the field. Lewis runs in third. Ripley runs in fourth. And this might be the opportunity for Ripley. Trouble down in turns number 3 and 4. Yellow is out. Yellow is out for Beatty in the 80. They will stay yellow as they will push the race car deeper into the infield. 35 laps until the checkered for the open modifieds. Good restart for the 66 of McGrath, and he's strong over in turn 2, pulls forward. Sweeney stays alongside, middle to back stretch. 2 by 2 back through the field. Sweeney a good entry to turn 3. McGrath a good exit of turn 4. We got him 3 wide deep in the field. Adam White in the 16 was way up against the wall. Did not hit it. Keeps on going. Still clean throughout the pack. 7 laps down. 33 to go this time. Inside lane moving forward. Ripley's on the outside groove, but he's losing a little bit of ground as here comes Bob Sibla Jr., the 82 car to the inside. Sibla for the 4th spot. Ripley trying to make something happen in the second lane. No can do. Now he gets a bit of a run down into turn number 1. Oh, and there goes Lewis getting sideways. Ripley will get around him. They stack him up deep in the pack, but they continue on. Mowry loses a number of spots. TJ Steinman in the 37, a little bit of contact. Now Lewis some contact with Ripley. Ripley comes to a slow pace down in turn number 2, and yellow is out. He's got the bar hanging from the back of the car, much as Stone did recently, and Todd Ripley. Sweeney 66 of McGrath coming around the green, back underway for the open mods. A little bit faster, and then that time Sweeney goes down and hits the rumble bumps, and that's going to allow McGrath to go into the lead because he closed the door. He had the opportunity. He did not close it yet. Sideways Sweeney. Now McGrath can close the door. Into the infield goes the 21 of Saluka. Sweeney now, after he lost the lead, but they didn't get the lap completed, so now he has it to try again. 31 laps to go. Sweeney, good restart down the back stretch. McGrath into the corner, fighting back. Here comes Sibla, looking to the inside of Steinman. Steinman has his choices of lanes here. McGrath almost has it, now does. Sweeney loses the lead again. Steinman running third. Norm Taylor up into the top 5. Got a little bit high down in turn number 4. That was close with the 86 of Miller. Stuck his nose in there. So now it's Lewis in the 38, Norm Taylor in the 32 side by side. For second place, Steinman has it. TJ Steinman coming from 9th to 2nd. Good run early on. Side-by-side battle between Norm Taylor and Miller. It's Taylor falling back now as he's losing ground. He's caught in that outside lane. It's not the place to be on this warm Sunday afternoon. Yellow is out. Yellow for debris. To a top 5. Miller running in 6th in the 86. And Norm Taylor needed that yellow. He was getting shuffled back on the outside lane, and now he's on the inside, restarting in 7th. 13 down, 27 to go. Into turn 1, good restart for TJ Steinman on the inside. McGrath fighting back, but Steinman has the lead. Takes it to turn 3, still gives some room to the 66 of McGrath. Steinman's car, though, is fast. Going to be tough to beat that 37 now, but it's in the lead. Lewis on the inside of Braden Sweeney. Sweeney running in fourth, but now Lewis gets to the inside. Norm Taylor goes 3 wide. Scott Archer loses spots. He has to check up. Got shuffled to the top side of the racetrack. Also, Sam Bigham off the pace of the 60 car. Oh, they're tangled up. The 64 of Limmerman and the 0 of Ripley are caught. They're hung up on one another. Can't get apart. Yellow is out. Third, we are back underway for the open modifieds of the Fall Classic. Sibla, good run in that third spot off the corner, will follow the 37. Doesn't want to let that inside lane open up for the 66 of McGrath to get down. Lucas Ripley's got damage to the front of the car. Might have got the suspension this time, as he will take it to the pits. And just a bad day of racing and some bad luck for the Ripley gang. Double 0 of Todd and a 0 of Lucas. For the second position, the 82 car of Sibla takes the spot. Here comes Miller. Zach Miller, a good run in the 86 car for third. Oh, Lewis goes around. Trouble. Saluka collected. Saluka stops up against the wall. Could have been even worse. The yellow 37. Sibla, the 82, for the restart. 2 laps from halfway. Restart for the 82 of Bob Sibla Jr. Steinman and he racing side by side down the backstretch. Steinman has the preferred lane, slides up the track. It opens it up for Miller. He's taking about 3 wide. And Zach Miller having a really good run. Steinman takes the lead and holds on to it. Miller racing into second. Look at Norm Taylor coming along into fourth. Halfway, 20 laps in, 20 laps to go. Steinman, Miller, Sibla, 32 car of Taylor. Taylor for third. The veteran Norm Taylor moving up. Norm Taylor started the race in 11th. He's up to third. 3 wide back in the field. Wettenall slipped up in turn 2 and Allensworth filled the gap. Back in the field, the 264 cars makes some contact and yellows out. Good restart for the 86 of Miller. He gives it all back up though down in turn number 1. Steinman fighting side by side. Norm Taylor he's trying to get up there to not allow the 86 in, but then he loses some ground in 4. 4-car battle with the front. Some contact between Steinman and Miller. Miller wants to get to the bottom if an opening is there. Norm Taylor doesn't want to let that happen. Miller fighting hard, loses ground. This is going to be costly for Miller. Norm Taylor taking second spot away. Here's the 82 of Sibla battling for third with Miller. Bob Sibla Jr. now racing for third with Miller. Braden Sweeney off the pace of 57. He'll let the field go by and most likely take it to the pits. Braden Sweeney looks like he will retire early on. 15 laps to go this time. 25 down, 15 to go for TJ Steinman and Norm Taylor. A couple of veteran drivers. Spin in turn 1 and 2. Mark Stryker has gone around. Yellows out for Mark Stryker. Big hit. Norm Taylor into the wall. Unbelievable as Steinman and Taylor Sibla got a little free going down into turn 1, was able to hang on to it. Miller, the 86, fighting high, can get down into the low lane, protect second. He will in turn 4. McGrath trying to hold on to third. Looks like he'll be able to do that. Back in the field, Prater has moved his way back up into 6th. Prater in the 44 up into the 6th spot. Allensworth, the loose bumper on the front end of that race car. Oh, contact between McGrath and Miller. Hammered him over in turn number 2. Miller was able to keep going. Elkins wasn't able to capitalize. 12 to go. Final 12 laps of the open modified feature. The bumper coming loose even a little bit more on Allensworth's car. He's going to go to the inside. Up. And he's going to make some contact. That bumper there hanging on. The 44 of Prater still attached to the right side of the 21 of Allensworth. Up front, Sibler leads. Miller running second. 6 of Lewis McGrath. 21 of Allensworth getting the black flag for the bumper hanging off. Allensworth drops off the pace, lets the field go by as that bumper in a dangerous position, hanging out to the side. Sibler leads with 6 laps to go. Bob Sibler Jr. running strong at the front of the field. Scott Archer's worked his way up to the 6th spot. Decent run in the 67 car there for Archer. Steinman trying to come from the back. Has only picked up a few spots. Four laps to go for Bob Sibler Jr. Sibler hoping this race stays green. Steinman back in the field, ready for another move to the inside of Whitnall. Brian Whitnall. Little contact back behind them. Steinman has moved up to 8. Adam White saves it over in turn 2. Unreal as he and Limmerman go at it. Going to be coming up to the white flag this time. One more lap to go. Final circuit for Bob Sibler Jr. in the 82 car. Miller, McGrath, second and third. Stone is taken 4th away from Elkins. Elkins running 5th to the checkered flag from Maslin. Bob Sibler Jr. wins the open modified event at the Midvale Speedway Fall Classic. Miller takes 2nd. McGrath in 3rd. 4th spot to Stone. 5th place to Elkins.
Kind of a wild one up front. A lot of shuffling taking place. Strong cars, guys coming from like 10th, 11th. Norm Taylor, Steinman, they moved up. They got in front of you, and then the contact happened and opened things up for you.
Yeah, I think Norm in the end had the best car. His car was turning really good. TJ's was pretty good. I was real tight when I was pinned on the bottom, and I kept trying to heat the right rear up under caution. And then when I got out by myself, when I could really take a wide entry in the corner, then the car would turn pretty good. But yeah, I hate to see that for them guys. You know what I mean? I'd rather beat them racing, but that's the way racing goes.
You had a great run. Have some people you want to thank.
Oh yeah, I got to thank B.A. Sweeney, McIntosh Oil, AccuForce Shocks and Dynos, and Bullet Fabrication, and especially Tom Ertle and his wife that provide this car for me. My dad that works his butt off on it, Jason back here, Andy that comes and helps, Christian Bailey, we work together in my shop, and I just appreciate all their help.
Let's hear it again for the winner of the Open Modifieds in the Fall Classic, Bob Sibler Jr.
28 car rather. 28 car is Brandon France out of Dover. Starting on the outside, the number 13 of Kenny Feaster Jr. Row number 4 has the 09 ride of Philip Cox. And on the outside, the number 24, driven by Nick Grubbs. Next row back is the 02 of Rick Sibler on the inside lane. And on the outside, the number 55 of Brandon Bailey. Inside of the next row, car number 27, the veteran driver Randy Gray. And on the outside, another veteran, the number 38 of Kevin McClintock. Rounding out our field, the number 69, deep in the pack, Neil Rowley and the Animal Racing car. And on the outside, the number 75 of Bobby DeVore. Car number 45 of Cody Stahl on the inside, and the 74 of Bob Passwaters Jr. completing our field for the Van Meters Auto Repair modified 30-lap feature. Coming to green this time, 30 laps the distance. Don Rufner III, Wes Ennis Cousins on the front row. Gruhl on the inside of row number 2, underway for this 30-lap event. It is the fourth feature of a scheduled 6 today. Past the halfway mark on the program, Ennis into the lead. Rufner drives it in, gets back to the inside in turn 3. The battle ensues. Ennis has taken the number 1 spot, has yet to close the door. He will now have the opportunity on the backstretch and does go to the bottom lane. Keeps the top side open. Austin Berger still out there. He pushes up. That's going to stack the field up a little bit over in turn 4. Outside lane cars are very good ones, and Brandon Bailey and Kevin McClintock, will they be able to make any headway? And it looks like they are at this point, as the 99 of Derek Gruhl runs the inside. Berger in the 3 has yet to solidify 3rd on the bottom, as we are clean early on in this modified feature. 3 laps down, 27 to go. Nick Grubbs thought about making it 3 wide, then he changed his mind. Feaster in the 13, outside lane. Oh, Gruhl will make some contact down in the corner. Trouble in turn number 1. Derek Gruhl in the 99 made contact with the left rear of the 13 of Feaster and spins down in turn 1. Coming to green. This time, we've completed just 4 of the scheduled 30 for the Van Meters Auto Repair Modified. Good restart for Ennis in the 0. Berger on the inside lane, battles for the 3rd position. Bailey, fast race car, in 5th, looking for an opening. So is Grubbs in the 24, caught behind the 13 of Feaster. Rufner solidifies that 2nd spot. Now 3rd and 4th. Berger, Feaster in a battle for 3rd. Feaster's going to take it from Berger, at least at the line this time. Kenny Feaster Jr. has a pretty good race car, and he's going to have the 3rd spot. Can't quite clear the number 3 of Berger. Berger way up the track, slides up into the door. McClintock on the bottom lane, racing with Grubbs. He picks up a spot down in 1 and 2. And now Feaster gets shuffled back to 4th. Oh, contact. Berger and the 07 of Rufner. Rufner spins into the infield. Yellow is out. Berger in the 3 had a pretty good run going, made some contact, and you see Berger already dropping to the back of the field. Grubbs in the 24 and the 02 of Sibla, they're now on the inside lane. Coming to the restart. 23 laps to go. Oh, Bailey jumped to the inside. He had the opening and he took it. McClintock's trying to get around the 13 of Feaster. He'll try to do the same thing as Rufner starts to slide back in the 2nd groove. A little bit of a wiggle from the 13 of Feaster. McClintock keeps it out in the 2nd lane. Rufner doing a pretty good job there. Now the opening for McClintock is there. He drops down to the bottom groove. Here comes Bailey for the lead outside of Ennis in turn 4. Bailey moving into the lead. McClintock trying to tag along. He will on the backstretch. Into turn 3. Kevin McClintock, many-time champion, into 2nd. Nick Grubbs in the 24 car has moved into the top 5. Randy Gray in the 27 looking for 6. Good run off of the second turn. He'll take the position from Rufner. They're going to jam up a little bit in turn 3. Good job by France in the 28 as well as the 09 to check up in time. Randy Gray to the inside for the 4th position. 4th spot up for grabs, and Randy Gray, the 27, will take the 4th spot. He'll take 3rd as well as moving over to the outside lane is Ennis. He missed his mark down in 3 and 4, and Randy Gray, the veteran, up to the 3rd spot. Feaster in the 13 will attempt to take 4th. Grubbs and France trying to move up as well. We're coming to halfway. Halfway is coming up. 15 laps in, 15 laps remain for Brandon Bailey, Kevin McClintock, Randy Gray, Kenny Feaster Jr., and Nick Grubbs. Off the pace deep in the field was the 45 of Cody Stahl. He gets back up to speed. Brandon Bailey doing a nice job minimizing mistakes and just hanging on to the lead with Kevin McClintock a couple of car lengths back. Randy Gray by himself in 3rd. Randy Gray has a very fast number 27 right now. Maybe even closing the gap a little bit on the leaders. 4th spot, Feaster. 5th spot, Grubbs. 6th to France. 7th to the 02 of Rick Sibla. Into the infield goes France in the 28. Turn 2, a spin, the 007. And the winner of the Skull Decoration, Kerry Williamson. Both of you, please go to the gift shop to collect your prizes. Coming to green in turn 4. Brandon Bailey into the lead. Here goes Randy Gray looking for 2nd. McClintock holds the spot, closes the door in 2nd. Battle for the number 4 spot. Grubbs in the 24. 13 of Feaster. 0-2 of Sibla. Sibla up into 5th. Oh, Philip Cox goes in and doors the 13 car of Feaster, and now here comes Sibla to the inside for 4th. Sibla makes the run at Grubbs. Pretty good race with 10 to go. Randy Gray looking for 2nd. Had an opportunity, the door closed in turn 1. Wasn't quite able to pull alongside the McClintock car. 9 to go. Bobble back in the field for Feaster in the 13. Feaster off the pace. We'll get back up to speed. It's going to continue on. A good run for Feaster, and now it's losing several spots. And around goes the 74 of Passwaters down in turn number 4 to bring the yellow out. 74 of Passwaters has spun. Could be exciting down the stretch. 9 to go. Back to Terry Coletti's green this time. McClintock's going to fight in that 2nd lane down in 1 and 2. Loses a little bit of ground. The opening is there. He'll get to the bottom again. Randy Gray in 3rd. Sibla's moved up to 4th. The 24 of Grubbs and the 09 of Philip Cox had a little bit of contact over in 2. They continue on. 7 to go for Brandon Bailey. Takes a couple of laps, but after a couple of laps of green, Gray's 27 car really hits his marks and is fast. So is Sibla, though, in the 02. Sibla is throwing his name into the ring as a possible winner. A lot of side-by-side action back in the field. Coming to 5 to go. 5 laps remain this time. Philip Cox just spun the 24 car of Grubbs around in 3 and 4. .55 of Bailey in the lead. McClintock drops in second. Randy Gray battles for third. 5 laps to go for Brandon Bailey. For fourth, Grubbs on the inside of Sibla. And Grubbs into the wall in the front stretch. Just clips it. Oh, trouble. There goes the 09 of Cox. Broken rear end on that car. 09 of Philip Cox trying to avoid it. Oh, look out. McClintock, a good restart in the 38 car. Can he hold off Bailey? Down into 1 and 2. Bailey getting a run back to the inside. Trouble down in 1 and 2. Around goes the 24 of Grubbs. 45 of Stahl was there and yellows out. DeVore and Rufner. The top 6 for the restart. 5 laps remain. 25 completed. Side-by-side battle for the number 1 spot. McClintock, the last couple of restarts, has been right on it and side-by-side with Bailey. Who will lead at the line? It's going to be McClintock. Bailey spun his tires a little bit. That could be huge if a yellow comes out. Bailey up the track, a little bit of contact. They continue on. Look out, turn number 2. They're close, and around goes the 28. Trouble on the backstretch. Yellow is out for trouble on the backstretch, and that's a big break for Kevin McClintock in the 38 as he led the last completed lap and will be the leader. To turn 4, side by side at the restart line. Bailey spun the tires just a little bit on the exit of 4. McClintock and Bailey for the lead down the backstretch. Who will lead this lap? Looks like Bailey's going to have the advantage. McClintock's got to try to fight back on the inside. McClintock has a great turn number 2. Pulls back alongside. Bailey a little stronger down the backstretch. Sibler races in third. 2 laps to go for McClintock and Bailey. Bailey at the line. They're going to be racing back to the white flag. What a race for the top spot. The Van Meters Auto Repair Modified feature win up for grabs between McClintock and Bailey. Bailey struggled in 3 and 4. McClintock the lead. Last lap coming up. Sibler racing up to third, trying to close. His brother picking up the win in the open mods. Coming to checkered now, racing to checkered. McClintock slides up. Bailey to the inside. Here comes Bailey to the line. Wins sideways at the stripe. Unbelievable finish. Kevin McClintock got sideways in turns 3 and 4. Nearly saved it. Came down, clipped Bailey. Bailey won. It sure looked like he was going to win. Then all of a sudden it opened up. Down in 3 and 4. He slid high. You got underneath him. He was trying to save it. Clipped the right rear. And you go across the finish line like backwards with a flat right rear to claim the win. It doesn't get any more wild than that.
No, that's for sure. It was a good run. I hope we put a good show for you guys. I was hoping to get the outside better. I was better on the outside. Car got loose. The stinking heat on the track just threw the car off completely. But yeah, we had a good run. I knew he was coming up there, so I figured we was going to battle one more time. But yeah, that's one way to finish. I mean, glad we came out on top, but I'll take it, I guess. Yeah, I'd like to thank Vaughn's Pub, Moravats Detailing, my dad, my brother, my wife, my grandpa back home. He couldn't make this one, but I guess he can't wait to see this one until we get it home.
Let's hear it again for your winner, Brandon Bailey. Snap-on tools by Doug Poole, open street stocks on the racetrack. with Doug Poole actually pulling away now in the pace truck. Here, next time around will be our wave lap for the street stocks. All right, race fans, 28 Snap-on tools by Doug Poole street stocks are on the racetrack, and this time by is time to get up on your feet once again and wave them off to salute the drivers in our street stock division for 30 laps of green flag racing action. Coming to green this time, big field of Snap-on tools by Doug Poole street stocks ready for green. Noah Barnhouse and Kylie Wood bring them in. A little bit of contact, the top two, the 222 cars battle it out. It's going to be Barnhouse leading the lap. Leading the first lap is Barnhouse. He'll get the first lap in. One lap down, 29 to go in this big field of cars at Midvale Speedway. Oh, look at Grove in the 3, drive it in deep. Some contact made. They continue on. Field stacks up behind them. 42 goes into the infield. Will keep on going. Also off the pace is Bertram in the 50. Coming to green this time, Noah Barnhouse and Kylie Wood to turn 4 for the restart this time. Barnhouse into the lead, the battle for second now as Kyle Grove goes to the inside. On the outside, Kylie Wood. Grove trying to take second, really working the wheel, does take second at the line. Ambrose trying to move up in the outside lane. He's racing with Jason Gruhl. Mark Lucius in the outside groove as well. In the low lane, it's the 98 car of Matt Wilson. Up front, single file, first 5. Problems for Porco in the 64. He goes up the track. He's able to keep going, but he gives up the bottom lane, and that's going to be costly for Porco. He races on the high side. Top 3 and a breakaway. 99 to Pete Smith moving over for the leader. They get a little sketchy back in the field when they're too wide coming up on Smith, including Porco, who has to check up. They go into the corner. Lucius is going to try to squeeze through. It's going to get tight coming off of 4. He's able to make it through. Oh, Brian Smith 3 wide. It's pretty sketchy as the 99 of Smith is down a lot. A little more than off the pace. Up front, Barnhouse leads. Grove in second. Third spot, Kylie Wood. Jason Gruhl runs 4th. Running in the 5th spot, Matt Wilson, 6th. Billy Roberts, 7th. Ian Porco. Oh, trouble for Grove. Trouble for Kyle Grove. In turn number 4, car stops. Maybe flat tire, an issue perhaps on the 3. Grove has removed the helmet. Kyle Grove, who was running in second, with problems. Ambrose is pulled to the pits in the 24 car. John Ambrose Jr. to the pits in the 24. Able to get out, get the green, and then they'll hope for a quick yellow so they can join the field. Green is out. Good restart for Barnhouse in the 22. Look out behind him. Porco is going to take it to the pits. Ian Porco, eliminated from action, had issues, went into the pits. Jason Gruhl racing for the second spot with Wood. She goes up the track. Car on the move. 88 of Billy Roberts. 3 wide, coming off of turn 2. Dropping back is Dennis Wood, trying to thread the needle as Cat Grove. Bottom of the track, the 118 of Walker. Bertram, bottom of the speedway as well. 28 car of Colmar trying to get down. Bumper coming loose on the 118 of Locker. He's okay and able to keep going. Trouble on the front stretch. Platts goes around. Platts goes around, brings out the yellow. The yellow flag is Terry Coletti ready to send them back to green flag racing. Off the pace, 28 of Colmar on the front straightaway. Colmar coming to a stop at the end of the front stretch. Green flag is back out, and Ambrose rejoins the field once again after more work in the pit. 75 of problems. Passwaters in the 75, big issues. Right front wheel coming off of the Passwaters car down in turn 1. Passwaters losing the right front. And the 5th spot is Roberts, back to green. Decent restart for the field. Go down into the first turn. Barnhouse, good run off the second corner to rocket down the back straightaway. Pull up alongside Wood. Here comes Gruhl back to the inside of Wilson for third. Jason Gruhl for the third position. Has a pretty good race car today. Been beat up a little bit, showing some battle scars, but it's still fast. Running second. Wood is third. Here comes Roberts in that beautiful number 88 car. Sticks his nose in there in the third spot. Billy Roberts, former late model competitor, up to the third position. Mark Lucius to the inside. Lucius takes fourth. Jeremy Wiggins moving up into the 5th spot. Kuykendall goes to the bottom lane, followed by Bertram and Locker. Barnhouse in the 22 car. 3 wide coming off of turn number 2. Wilson has to check up. Man, he saved a wreck. Saved the car, did Wilson. Heads up driving by the 98. Here's Lucius, a run to the inside of Roberts for the third position. Mark Lucius to the inside. He doesn't quite have the spot. Drops back in line. Wiggins looks for an opportunity. Closing in on halfway. Kuykendall racing with Wiggins. Lucius looks fast. Wiggins tries the outside. It opens the inside for Kuykendall. Jason Gruhl having a heck of a run. Wiggins to the top side of the racetrack. Veteran driver Jeremy Wiggins trying the outside lane, running 5th. A little bit of contact back in the field. Peoples one of those. He's able to keep it in the right direction. Coming to halfway. Going to be 15 laps in. Oh, Wiggins into the wall hard. Coming off of turn number 2. Wiggins into the wall. Back underway, down into the corner. Jason Gruhl sliding back a little bit, would love to get down. Oh my gosh, he drives to the inside, down in the corner. What a move for Gruhl. He makes some contact. Jason Gruhl into the lead in turn 3 and 4. Unbelievable move. Roberts now moves into second. Third is Kuykendall. Fourth is Bertram. Crazy move at the front of the pack for Jason Gruhl. Thought he was just going to drop into line, and he said, no, I'm going for the lead. The opening was barely there, and he filled it. And Barnhouse now dropping back. Oh, Kuykendall to the inside of Roberts for the number 2 spot. A little bit of contact. They continue on. Kuykendall again, side by side for the second position. 18 laps in, 12 to go. This time coming up at the line, Jason Gruhl leading the way. Kuykendall second. Third spot, Roberts. Fourth, Bertram. 5th, Tad Grove on the move in the 8 car to the inside for 4th. Here comes Tad Grove. Oh! Bertram closing the door with Grove to the inside, spins it around and collects some others. Grove and Gruhl, Jeff Kuykendall. Row 1, row 2, Billy Roberts. And Tad Grove. And row 3, Bryant Smith and Kylie Wood. Kuykendall into the lead in the 12 car. Takes the number 1 spot. Gruhl trying to keep his nose in there, but Kuykendall closes the door. New leader, Jeff Kuykendall. Tad Grove's caught in the outside lane. Bryant Smith has been able to squeeze up into the 4 spot. Here comes Wood back to the inside in the 22. Wilson in the 98 trying to come along as well. Racing at the tail end of the top 5. With Kuykendall pulling away. Billy Roberts, beautiful 88 car, back to the outside of Gruhl for second. 9 to go. And Roberts up the track. There comes Smith. Makes a little bit of contact with Roberts off the paces. Barnhouse, he goes into the pits. Noah Barnhouse retiring from the race. Bryant Smith up to the 3rd spot. Having a good run. From pretty deep in the pack. Started 19th. Right now, boxed in with Roberts running the top lane. Roberts in that second group, falling back there 3 wide. Mark Lucius down the back stretch, trying to pick up 2 for 1, and he does. Going into the corner, look out, there is Dennis Wood. Keep it going in the right direction, he does. Good job by Dennis Wood. Keep it going in the right direction, coming off of the 4th corner. 5 laps to go this time, 25 in, 5 to go for Jeff Kuykendall. Jason Gruhl, Bryant Smith up door slams, the 88 car of Roberts. Smith again back to the inside. Gruhl still running in second. Smith's car sideways off the corner. Roberts clears him. He's going to still fight to the outside. 42 of Kramer to the infield. 3 laps to go for the 12 of Kuykendall. Roberts to second. Gruhl in 3rd. Smith in 4th. 5th place battle is Wood in the 22. Wilson in the 98. Coming to the white flag. Going to be 1 more lap to go. This time, last lap coming up for Kuykendall. Coming to the checker, Jeff Kuykendall will claim the feature win. Roberts second, Gruhl 3rd, Smith 4th. 5th spot to the 22 of Wood. As this one comes to a close, Jeff Kuykendall, the winner of the Fall Classic.
Jeff, congratulations. Big win at Midvale Speedway here today. Yes, we worked on the car all weekend, made multiple changes, finally got the car good with the last practice session yesterday, and then we changed, put new tires on it today, and said hope it all works, and it did. Stuck like awesome. I want to thank my team, my family, all my friends, all my sponsors, my wife for showing up. I couldn't do it without them. I can't do it by myself. Have a nice round of applause for your winner in the Street Stocks, Jeff Kuykendall.
Coming to green in turn number 4. Ready for action, 20-lap feature. Second win for the compacts this time. Three wide toward the front. Could it be four wide soon? On the move, the 85 of Weber on the inside. Look out. Could be a parking lot. Not going to be too bad. We have another spin. Or one piles in. He yellows out. In 20 laps from the finish of our final race. Try it again. Final feature of the Fall Classic. Chris Billiter. The pole sitter for the restart, Terry Coletti, to wave the green again. Here we go, 20 laps. Leading the way, the number 3 of Hayden Nails. Out front, second spot, the 6 of Caldwell. Third, Derek Robinson. Fourth, Alan Clark. Robinson to the outside for the second spot. Caldwell running second. Robinson wants it. Yellow is out. Four laps have been completed. Field starting to spread around the 3/10 mile. Hayden Nails leading the way. Second place battle between the 6 of Caldwell and 15 of Robinson. Six laps in. Maybe 7 in, 13 to go this time. The battle for the lead starting to heat up. Here comes the 15 of Derek Robinson to the outside. Robinson side by side for the lead with Nails. Robinson on the high lane, Nails on the inside groove. Running in third is Caldwell. Kenny Betts running in fourth. Alan Clark running in the 5th spot. Turn 3 and 4, around goes the 085, troubles in the third turn. Robinson, the good restart, he'll take the lead in turn number 2. Derek Robinson into the number 1 spot. Nails drops into second. Kaufman in third, side by side for fourth. back straightaway. 0-1 car has spun. Thomas Corbett spins on the backstretch, brings out the yellow. Pete coming back to green. Coming to halfway, 10 laps in, 10 laps to go. Final feature of the Fall Classic. Five laps to go this time for Derek Robinson. Coming to the white flag this time for the 15 of Derek Robinson. 1 lap to go. Derek Robinson in the 15 claims the final victory of the weekend. Hayden Nails, Alan Clark, Nolan Caldwell.
That's fair. So, good race tonight. Did you have fun at the Fall Classic this weekend?
Oh yeah.
Good job. Do we have some people you want to thank?
I'd like to thank the family and all the friends that came out tonight, and I'd like to thank DJ's Gas and Go, Dover Hydraulics, Driver's Dump Service, my grandma and grandpa, and Dollhouse Hairstyling.
Your winner of the final feature of the Fall Classic weekend is Derek Robinson. Race Congratulations. Face the camera and the crowd over here, Don. What a crazy race. The first 15 laps was exciting in the top 10 spots. 2 wide, 3 wide. You were on your way to the front, and all of a sudden you got some contact. That pushed you back. At that point, did you think, oh, I want my chance?
No, I mean, I wasn't happy about that, but I was there and got contact. I'm like, okay, we gotta go back and pass him again, so.
And then the next time, the contact between first and second actually opened up the inside lane for you, so you benefited from it.
Yeah, that saved me a little bit right there.
You got some people you want to thank.
Yeah, I want to thank my wife, my daughter, my mom, dad, my father-in-law, mother-in-law. Justin Quite came on for a sponsor for this weekend. People's Racing, BD Photography, Zippy, Auto Repair, Stateville Cages.
I think that's it. Let's hear it again. Your winner, first one of the day for Don Ruther the third.
Steve, over the years I've interviewed you quite a bit. Down the stretch at the end of the season, Columbus Motor Speedway comes to mind for the main event races, and much like that here at the end of the year, this car was outstanding fast for the short team and put it in victory lane.
Yeah, the car was excellent, and thank you to all you fans for coming out and supporting us this weekend. We love coming to Midvale Speedway. It's such a great facility, great fans, great competitors. It was a great weekend. We had a lot of fun.
It was fun for you because you were able to avoid the craziness up front in the early laps, and you knew that was probably going to be a key.
Yeah, the key to this whole thing is just staying patient and keeping the fenders and the quarter panels on it. And, you know, that's always the key at these end of the year races. You know, you got to be there at the end. So luckily we were able to dodge some bullets here and keep the fenders and quarters on it. I don't even think we got a scratch on it, so it's a good night.
Have a nice round of applause for your winner of the Fall Classic, the McIntosh Oil Company Late Models, Michigan, Steve Needle. Strong field of open modifieds here.
I'll take some really in portrait mode.
Bob, kind of a wild one. Up front, a lot of shuffling taking place. Strong cars, guys coming from like 10th, 11th. Norm Taylor, Steinman, they moved up. They got in front of you, and then the contact happened and opened things up for you.
Yeah, I think Norm in the end had the best car. His car was turning really good. TJ's was pretty good. I was real tight when I was pinned on the bottom, and I kept trying to heat the right rear up under caution. And then when I got out by myself, where I could really take a wide entry in the corner, then the cars would turn pretty good. But yeah, I hate to see that for them guys. You know what I mean? I'd rather beat them racing, but that's the way racing goes.
You had a great run. Have some people you want to thank.
Oh yeah, I got to thank B.A. Sweetie, Macintosh Oil, AccuForce Shocks and Dynos, and Bullet Fabrication, and especially Tom Ergel and his wife that provided this car for me. My dad that works his butt off on it, Jason back here, Andy that comes and helps, Christian Bailey, we work together in my shop, and I just appreciate all their help.
Let's hear it again for the winner of the Open Modifieds at the Fall Classic, Bob Siller Jr.